Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red vs. Red Podcast, your new favorite fan channel for the best team in the world, Manchester United. Today, we've got a lot of things that we're going to talk about, and I'm very excited to be here with you guys. Um, Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the season opener, obviously happening here in a couple hours. We're very excited and very much looking forward to it. So that's going to definitely be on the agenda. We're going to talk a little bit about maybe are we going to see an early debut, what the predicted lineup and some of the key tactics that we might end up seeing today are going to be. And finally, I'm going to talk a little bit about my early prediction. So thanks for stopping in, and let's just hop right into it. So today is the EPL opener. Finally, so excited! I think a lot of people are going to be excited for this. It's been months coming, and it feels like it's been longer. But there's been a lot of movement in the transfer window, and I'm very much excited to see how some of our new players do this season. And what better way to start it off than with Manchester United against Fulham, a team that did mid table team from last season, and probably going to be expected to do something similar again this season. I think it'll be a good showing for us, a good test, if you will, to see how some of the tactics that Eric Ten Hag has been trying to implement over the course of the last couple of years that he's been in charge. And overall, just a very good test today for our boys. So I'd like to start here real quick with my predicted lineup. And there's going to be a lot of familiar faces here, and some that are new. And of course, in goal, there's never any doubt we're going to have Onana in goal all season, so long as there are no injuries. So very much looking forward to that. In the left back spot, you might see somebody that you are a little unfamiliar with, and that would be Nusir Mazraoui. And he, along with De Ligt, just recently came from Bayern Munich and former players of Eric Ten Hag at Ajax. So they should, I think, both of them are going to mesh into the team very well. They've already got Lissandro Martinez as a point of contact to kind of, and ingrain them into the style of play that we're going to want to have and just acclimate them into the team. So I think he's going to be a standout performer for us this season. I really do. He brings a lot on offense, as well as very good figures in terms of the amount of tackles that he's winning in each game, his percentages of the tackles that he's going in for, and the contest that he's winning. So very much a player that I'm interested to see. And given all of the issues that we've had in defense already in this preseason, with Shaw not being fit, I expect Harry Amos to be on the bench today, hopefully, and so we may end up seeing him. But we've got quite a few players that have been in and out of fitness. Lenny Yoro, obviously, unable to play for a few months after successfully undergoing his foot surgery. So very, very hopeful that he'll have some time to familiarize himself with Manchester and with the community itself while he has some downtime. So, but again, looking forward to Mazraoui coming in. Next to him at left center back, we have Lissandro Martinez, obviously one of our most missed players from last season. I think that he's going to come in and have a really good season again this season, though, and going to be able to replicate a lot of the form and a lot of those very exciting talents that we've seen him display for us previously. So very thankful to have him back. Looking forward to a full and healthy season from him. Next to him, I'm thinking we're probably going to end up with Maguire. I think that it's a bit of a toss up there. That this is probably one of the more questionable spots. We could also potentially see Eric Ten Hag deploy the style of defense that we did last week for the Community Shield, playing Lissandro Martinez on the left with Maguire and Johnny Evans in the center of defense. So we'll see kind of what the plan is there, but obviously limited options. So, potentially a debut from either Mazraoui or Delict. Really hopeful that at least one of them gets the start, so that we can see kind of what we've gone out in the market for. Next to Maguire out on the right back, I think that we're going to start Diogo Dallo. There's no doubt that he's our best right back at the moment. I think especially in terms of his fluidity with the team. Aaron Wan-Bissaka going to West Ham. Unfortunate in my books. I know some people will disagree with that, but that's also why we brought in Mazraoui. But Diogo Dallo has the starting spot, and it's his to lose, really. So definitely looking forward to seeing him come back and really give us that extra boost. In midfield, unchanged from last weekend in the Community Shield, I think Casemiro and Mainu are going to be our starters. Uh, this is probably going to be a pairing that we're going to see quite a bit this season in terms of starts. I think that Toby Collier is definitely going to be a good shout. If we got to see him today, I would love that. I think he might be coming off the bench, and I think that he can do so to great effect. So I'd like to see a partnership develop between Menu and whoever's going to kind of succeed the Casemiros and the Christian Eriksens in the squad. So very much hoping that we get to see, some of that come in with Toby Collier today. Menu, I mean, you can't say enough good things about the guy. He's definitely going to be he's going to have his breakout. I mean, last year was an awesome season, right? You could definitely call that a breakout season. I would definitely peg him as being a key player in this season, and I think he's going to outdo and outshine himself this season. Now that he's gotten most of his season under his belt in the Premier League with Manchester United, now we're going to get to see him in a full season and see what he can do for us. And I think he's going to be amazing to watch this season. So looking for good things from him. Out on the left wing, I've got Marcus Rashford starting. I think this is a spot that there's quite a bit of competition for at the moment, but I think that Marcus Rashford makes the most sense. I think that he can come in and tire out the Fulham defense, potentially get himself a goal. I would love to see Marcus Rashford get a goal today, but he's also, I think, going to again tire out those defensive players, and potentially have someone like an Alejandro Garnacho come on and really just stretch that back line towards the end of the match, with the last 20-30 minutes of the game. So I'm looking for really good things to come from that side of the pitch today. I think that there's no reason that we can't see some really good things coming out of that left side, especially if we are playing Mazraoui or Diogo Dallo. He also deputized at left back quite a bit last season as well, so we might see him on that side, and I think that could be a good pairing for the day. In center attacking mid, we have the infallible, the captain of our squad, Mr. Bruno Fernandes. Never a question, is he going to play? If he's fit, he's playing. I mean, this guy, he's just like Iron Man. You can't not have a squad with him whenever he's fit and ready. We always see good things from him in terms of the energy that he brings and the attacking prowess that he's got, his ability to play balls through and break down the defense. I think that's something that we're going to see quite a bit of today. And so looking forward to seeing how he meshes, with some of the other players in the team that I think, we're going to see, as well as Amad Diallo on the right hand wing. Next up, I think that he's had a very good preseason. I scored a goal against, I believe it was Rangers, and just an overall really solid preseason, and expecting a lot more from him in the future. And I think this is going to be a standout game for him, and a breakout season for him too. I think that Anthony has been struggling here, so in the last year or so, and I just don't see I don't see Eric Ten Hag being able to pick Anthony over Amad Diallo for this game. So I'm very much hoping to see Amad Diallo out on the pitch today, another youngster, another academy product, and somebody that I think is going to be out there in that position for us for the future. So definitely one to watch. I think I picked him to score a goal last weekend. Didn't happen, but he had a lot of good moments and a lot of promise that I saw from the little 1-2s and being able to cut in on that left foot. So I'm hoping that he'll be able to replicate that again today and get himself a goal. I think it would do a lot for his confidence and really set the tone for him for the rest of the season. Up top, the player that I have to kind of enable that wing play a little bit more and be able to help break down the blocks whenever teams are sitting back. I think Joshua Xerxes. I just don't see him not playing today. I really don't. I think he's got to come in. He's had a little bit of time to acclimate. He's had more time to acclimate than Mazraoui or Delict. So to say that he's not ready whenever he is really probably our only true striker that we've got available to us, and what he can bring to the table. Again, I'm expecting him to kind of drop in and pull center backs out of that back line and be able to hold up that ball well and really engage the wingers in the play, because our wingers are trying to get in. They're trying to, cut into the box, cut into the inside. And I think that his partnership with Bruno Fernandes is going to be important. I think that if they can kind of figure out what their movement is, what their relationship looks like, and how they're each going to move, I think that it's going to be a lot for all of these defenses that we have historically struggled with, that are just sitting sitting deep to absorb pressure and counterattack us. I think that him and his relationship with Bruno Fernandes and those wingers is going to be key, and I think he's going to play a critical role today in breaking down what could very well be a low block. And so, in terms of the tactics that I'm thinking we're going to see today, obviously Eric Ten Hag has made a point of playing out from the back, and I think we will see some of that today. But I think we're also going to have to take our chances and play a little bit more direct at times. And so I think that's going to be kind of up to the players to know when that time is. I think that we'll have a little bit more of the ball than Fulham will today, so we will probably have to try and break down that block. But countering the counterattack, I think, is going to be where we're going to shine. I think that Fulham again is probably going to sit back. They're not going to press us like City did. I think that they're going to just get behind the ball, have bodies back, and try and take their opportunities on the counter. And so for me, I would love to see whenever they do that, for us to try and get forward quickly after we get the ball back. So definitely our outside backs are going to be very important in everything that we do today. Not only on defense, but okay, now we've got the ball. We need to be looking to get the ball to those midfielders, to try and play a bit more direct and get the ball into Bruno Fernandes. We've seen that Bruno Fernandes has just an ability to pick out the pass that we don't see in almost anybody else. And so I'm definitely hoping that we play a little bit more direct whenever we have the opportunity to. But again, Joshua Xerxes is going to help break down that block, I think, and get those wingers involved and cutting inside. So I would say that my players to watch this game are going to be either Mazraoui or Delict. Whoever starts, I think one of them is going to have to start, and I think it's going to be Mazraoui. And I think that he's going to be very important for today's game. Again, new to the system, but not new at the same time. If he's going to be on that left-hand side with Lisandro Martinez, he's not entirely unfamiliar with how Lisandro Martinez plays. So looking for really good things there. I think Joshua Xerxes, again, I've spoken about him quite a few times, just in this video, let alone the other videos that we've had in the meantime. That I think he's going to be important. He's going to be somebody that we really need to have. He offers something different than Rasmus Højlund does, and so I think that he's going to do really good stuff. And I think this is the game that he's going to have to start showing that he can do it, just right off the bat, immediate impact, and breaking down a lot of those defenses. The other impact player that I'm going to call out is not shown in the starting lineup, but I think is going to probably score today, coming off the bench, and that's going to be Alejandro Garnacho. I think that, and he's shown it more than once that, coming on as a substitute after the 60th minute, whenever, those backs are already tired, Alejandro Garnacho gets in, and he's somebody that can be played indirect. He's got pace and he's got prowess in front of goals. So I'm definitely expecting him to be involved in the scoreline today. And I'm very much looking forward to how he does it. Obviously, he can score very good goals. I mean, we've got we've got up in the top corner here our logo, and if you don't recognize that, you should. It's his overhead kick against Everton from last season, and so he's one that can do the spectacular too. But I think he also does the little things well. And so getting in behind the defense today, I think he's going to have a nice, easy slot home on the break, on the counter. So be looking for that. I think overall, my prediction for this current game, for the season opener, I think we're going to have a good game on offense, and I think we're going to score some goals. So I'm going to go ahead and say 3 goals for Manchester United. But we do have some new additions that are going to be potentially in the defense. And Casemiro has shown that he's not quite that same feisty ball getter that he had been in previous seasons. And so we're probably going to see a mistake or two. And I think that Fulham is going to get on the score sheet, but it's not going to be enough. So 3-1 is going to be my prediction today for the game. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, whether or not you agree with the lineup, who's going to be the involved parties, how are we going to play, all of that stuff. We'd love to hear it. We've got 4 of you guys that are followers right now. That's doubled since our last video. So very much looking forward to getting more of you guys involved in the community. So please hit that follow button. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. So, we've also got all of our socials. Those will be down in the description below. Please follow us. And we like to keep you guys updated, and it helps us engage with you guys. So definitely, if you could, it's free. You just click on that follow button, and we'd love to see you guys in here again. So looking forward to this game, and go Manchester United. Let's go. Let's get this first W.